Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We are actually out muskie fishing on Lake Neshonoc, which is the Dead Sea, but we are trying out this new reel my daughter got me for my birthday. Yes, I'm 60 years old now, but it's a Piscifun Alijoz reel, if I pronounce that correctly. It's a 6:6 to 1 gear ratio, 300 series musky reel, and my son got me this new Medusa and Fire Tiger, so we're gonna try tossing that around today. Just let the wind blow us. This lake virtually has no structure, so we'll work our way down by the dam and see if we can get something down there. But you know, so there was muskies released in this lake years ago, and supposedly there's still possibly some here, so it's rated by the DNR. It's a class 3. So you got this reel and this lure, the Medusa lure. I paired it up with my Guide Series Advantage IM6 graphite musky rod, 7 foot. So we'll see how that works. And I paired it up with this because this rod can handle up to 3-ounce lure weight. And then from Patty, got this new rod, which is a medium heavy. It's actually like a walleye rod, but it's rated up to 1-ounce lures, and I figured it would work really good with bucktails, which I got a bucktail tied on here. And the neat thing about this rod is, let me show you, this expands out to a 8-foot long rod. So it might not be the top end rod, but it's a great rod, and I'm looking forward to using it. And got the hook keeper here, and I got it on the Obalis reel that I did a review on, and it's an 8 to 1 gear ratio. I figured that'd be a good bucktail because I can rip them. And so the Obalis reel paired up with the Daiwa. I don't even know if there's a name on this rod, but it's a Daiwa glass technology. So it's a glass rod, fast action, medium heavy power, 8-foot rod, which, like I said, extends, so it's easy to put in the rod locker. But yes, there's some fish splashing over here, but we're gonna be trying out the new birthday gifts and seeing how they work. So you know what, may as well start with this rod first and see how it feels. Pretty sure I got the reel set. So what you want to do is the knob here on the side, which I'll turn on my chest camera so I can show it better. So on the reel, you got this side here, this knob. You adjust that, so you adjust tension on the spool. It does have magnetic brake on it, and 30-pound drag, and 8 to 1 gear ratio. But so you click it with the bait on there, drop it down till it hits, and it doesn't spin for backlash. So, and same thing with the Piscifun reel. Let me unhook this here. These hooks are extremely sharp, but has a large handle on it for pulling heavy baits. Same thing, you got the dowel here, which has the clicker on it, and then I believe, which I'll update the specs, I believe it's like a 30-pound drag on this one too. And click it down, let it drop till the lure stops, and so there's no backlash in the reel. So we'll you know, I got this in my hand. Let's start with this using the Medusa, and we'll give these birthday gifts a try. I'm really looking forward to this rod and reel and the Obalis, so it's kind of hard to decide which one you want to start with. Chances are I probably won't get a muskie, but no, I'll grab the net, and just in case, because this is one of them lakes where you just never know. Okay, we're in about 2 feet of water, basically. But never used Medusa before for muskie fishing, but looking forward to it, and looking forward to getting up north and trying it up there too. So. This is a sinking bait. And if you can see the action there, has the legs that swirl. So nice and bright in this muddy water. Definitely have to get used to casting with this rod and reel because it's such a heavy bait. With the Medusa, you can rip it through weeds, you can pull it basically near the top, you can let it sink, go down deep, so you can do all kinds of different things with it. But we'll just kind of cast around and see what happens. Let's switch to the new Daiwa rod with the bucktail on it. And the bucktail I'm casting is a white with a silver blade musky magnum Meps musky killer. Give that a try. And I don't think I've ever cast an 8-foot rod before, so I'm kind of looking forward to this too. When I got the magnet set at minimum, I always have it set at minimum. That's just the way I am. So, unless I'm fishing into a wind. It just makes a nice bucktail rod. I kind of like the bend to it. It's not that stiff, so you know, gives you a good backbone power for hook sets. And never know, might be something in here. And this one got the neoprene handles, a little kind of a triangular grip up front for fighting fish. And I think it's going to be a great musky rod. So, and I can always change it out for walleyes if I have to. Just change the reel, go lighter test, and use this for walleye fishing, which I'm horrible at walleye fishing. So, but yeah, so this Daiwa rod, I don't know the exact name of this rod. It says RG. The model number is 80TMHFB. That's the model number of this rod. Has a real good feel to it. I like the long handle because I can put it at my side. And it makes casting bucktails really easy. So that's kind of a follow-up on this Obalis reel. It's still working. It's still doing what it's supposed to do. A lot of people online down-talk the Obalis reels. And has been no problems at all. And like I say, I'm changing the Obalis reel from one of my bass fishing reels back to a musky reel because of the longer handles. It just gives me kind of a little more power for cranking baits in. Okay, I turned the camera so it's facing me. we've worked our way down by the bridge, which if there's any muskies around here, Northern Pike, they will be in this area, hopefully, because it drops off quite a bit deeper. This area has a drop off, and so if there's going to be any bigger game fish, we would think they'd be near the drop off rather than out on the flats. Right now it's about midday, so we'll see what happens. Switch back to the Medusa. We're getting a little deeper water. So let's see how if the Medusa attracts any attention. So with this reel having a long handle, big knob on there, it's kind of like leverage when you're cranking in a winch. It just gives you more leverage to reel, makes it easy reeling. Again, that's the, I'm going to pronounce this right one of these days, Alijoz reel by Piscifun. And again, you can check out Kyle's video, which I'll link in the description. His review on this reel. I'm kind of glad that he brought this up. He's a muskie fisherman, and he gets a lot more muskies than I ever do, but he must be in an area where there's better muskie fishing. Yes, we're in Wisconsin, but not all of our lakes have muskies like you would hope or you'd want. But yeah, I can barely have my thumb on this reel for backlashes. But we're gonna try around this bridge and see if we can scare something up. I tell you what, using this Piscifun reel makes reeling in a heavy bait so much easier compared to my old school 20-year-old reels that I have been using. Probably because of the size of the handle, it almost feels like there's no bait on there at all, so it makes reeling easy. And I'm guessing that once I do get a hold of the fish, that it will be pretty easy to reel them into. Be an easy fight with that big crank on there. So, but we're in 8 feet of water. I am marking fish, but I'm sure there are probably crappies and stuff. But I didn't bring any live bait. But we'll get out here one of these days with live bait and see what happens. Switch baits to this top water. Again, it's midday, but you never know. So let's take off the Medusa. Ouch. I keep hooking myself, so let's put on this top water. This is what I had some good hits on when we were up north. And let's turn on the chest camera, just in case. Yeah, That casts really good. And this reel sounds like I'm reeling in nothing. And I can fire this a long ways with that. Granted, I got the wind to my back right now. But I wanted to try something not as heavy. This reel just makes casting and reeling super easy. So let's try changing baits one more time. Okay, we're gonna try this Medusa crankbait. Okay, so I got the stick bait. Weighs, feels like 2 ounces. It's supposed to resemble like a bass or a rainbow trout. And let me see how this reel handles this. And I got, if you can see this, I got bait stuck to my foot. That's why I don't see how some people can fish barefooted. I'd be stepping on hooks all the time. So yes, this reel makes this bait feel like an 8-ounce jig because it's reels so easy. Well, that's my rundown on the Piscifun Alijoz reel, 300 series. The gift from my daughter, and Fire Tiger Medusa from my son, and this Daiwa medium heavy action Glass Tech rod, extendable rod, which is a great bucktail rod. Hissing makes casting super easy, super nice. And a update on the Obalis BS 2000 reel. Still using it, still working well. The second one does have some issues with not wanting to, how do I want to say that? We can reel it or we can oil it and grease it, and it still doesn't quite work exactly right. But overall, these reels for $50 or less, you can't go wrong with it. And I think it's going to make a great musky reel for bucktails. And this rod is going to be really nice for bucktails. There's triangular grip on there, and real green back, and makes casting really easy. Sorry about traffic noise. I'm near a highway, but no muskies. So that's the reel. This will be fun. Hopefully I did a fair review on this. 9-ball bearings, and it was a 6:6 to 1 gear ratio. It does have magnetic brakes on it, which I rarely use, because once you have the reel adjusted where you need it, you shouldn't have to use the bearing or the magnets unless there's a wind. And this reel and rod combination works really well with this Daiwa rod and the Obalis reel. But anyway, no muskies today, which wasn't a surprise on this particular lake, but we'll try again as the fall goes on, and hopefully we'll get into a decent area or a decent lake that has a good muskie fishing. But that's my review of my birthday presents. Yes, I love them. and I like both of them. This reel makes reeling heavy lures super easy, and casting super nice too. And this rod makes bucktails really easy. I wish I would have had them when we were up north. So hopefully we'll get to Hayward again yet this fall and do some muskie fishing and actually catch some muskies on both of these. But hopefully, even though we didn't get any fish, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and if you have any questions, make sure you post them in the comments, and I'll try to answer them the best I can. But I'm going to keep using these. Mississippi River's not good for muskies, but we might use them both for pike as the fall comes on. I better be careful. I'm going to run into this person's pier, but I'm just trying to get out of the wind so I can record. But like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.